When do you meditate? Here's how to make it easier whenever of day. The best time to contemplate is the time you really do it. We each have just 24 hours in our day, so we have to discover a period that fits into our lives. Some can rehearse in the first part of the day, yet others may need to fit it in during some other time. Assuming there is any chance of this happening, attempt to do your contemplation simultaneously every day, and in a similar spot. That consistency is useful for your training. You don't have to take an interest in long reflection meetings when you're beginning, however, in the event that you do it every day, with the goal that you miss it when you don't do it, you'll build up a supportable practice. Making some set memories and spot makes that musical propensity. Morning meditation. Numerous yogis suggest a morning practice, as it brings clearness and center for the afternoon. A few conventions train that 4 o'clock is the perfect time to rehearse. My reaction to that is, it's 4 a.m. someplace. By that, I mean it's fine to consider your own individual rising time the ideal time to contemplate in the first part of the day. Here are a couple of tips for morning contemplation. Get enough rest. One of the most significant approaches to get ready for reflection to get a decent night's rest every night. There is no reason for attempting to ruminate whenever of the day when you are restless. On the off chance that you frequently nod off reflecting, accept it as a message from your body, you need more rest. Get up. As opposed to just sitting up in bed to reflect, move to an alternate spot to debilitate tiredness. Wash your face. Prior to sitting, sprinkle your face with cold water to assist you with moving out of that space among waking and rest. Morning contemplation system, using the vibes of the breath as your object of fixation, is called anapanasati. It's the starting act of vipassana, or understanding, contemplation. This procedure is particularly prescribed to rehearse before you start your day. You may mesh it into your morning asana practice, as well, doing it directly after your stances. Evening meditation. At the point when we're out on the planet, the brain must be dynamic as it experiences the matter of the day. We at that point return home and sit on a pad or seat and believe that the psyche ought to quickly hush up. That is not reasonable for the psyche. That is the reason I prescribe doing a chill-off before you start your training, an introduction to help settle the brain from the hecticness of the world. In this way, pratyahara, bringing the faculties internal, the fifth of Patanjali's 8 appendages of yoga, is, to me, the most significant advance in getting ready for an evening contemplation meeting. Here are a few proposals. Practice moderate movement yoga. Sluggish development is impressive as a pratyahara workout. You can do a yoga pose so gradually that you are scarcely moving. It brings all the mindfulness inside the body. Do nadi shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. This method is additionally incredible as a chill-off. Research shows that nadi shodhana alleviates the sensory system, subsequently calming the psyche. It can likewise be utilized as a contemplation practice all alone. Attempt a smaller than expected strolling contemplation. In the event that you basically stroll from the entryway of the room where you will think over to your reflection pad so gradually that, once more, you're scarcely moving, when you find a good pace you are in alpha mind waves and all set into contemplation. This is a great method to come into a thoughtful state. I generally recall this guidance. I got notification from an Indian yoga ace, attempting to do situated reflection without doing strolling contemplation initially resembles attempting to begin a vehicle without any gas. Walking reflection can turn into your full practice whenever of the day too. Serenade. In the event that it's a piece of your work on, reciting can likewise be utilized as a preface to contemplation. Numerous individuals find that toward the finish of a serenade they are in a despite everything place inside, and it's anything but difficult to go directly into reflection. Evening reflection procedure, when you return home from work, or whenever of day, truly, do a body filter. This should be possible at any speed. I've heard it said that those proficient in the training can check gradually down the whole body on a solitary inward breath and up the whole body on one exhalation. No stresses in case you're not yet by then. Night meditation. Contemplation at night can be a blended gift. I don't prescribe doing anapanasati right now. There are other, increasingly dynamic practices that loan themselves to the blurring hours of the day and give the mind somewhat more to do, so it remains connected all the more, no problem at all. To start with, hold up somewhat subsequent to eating. It's incautious to attempt to ponder after any dinner. You request that the psyche concentrate and it says, reason me, I'm processing now. Return later. One Indian yogi who came through Kripalu years prior stated, it's acceptable to be a little worn out when you ruminate, so your psyche isn't excessively occupied, yet in addition somewhat eager, so you don't nod off. He prescribed reflecting before a supper, however on the off chance that that is impractical for you, at that point have a go at eating somewhat prior at night with the goal that it doesn't get past the point of no return for pondering. Try not to rests. Except if you are rehearsing Yoga Nidra, I don't prescribe ruminating resting. What do we ordinarily do when we're resting? We rest. It's mistaking for the body-mind to expect the rest posture and afterward request that the brain accomplish something different. I had a beautiful refined man in one of my reflection withdrawals who let me know, I generally contemplate resting. I stated, well, I don't prescribe it, however in the event that you generally do it, all right. Then during reflection, he began to wheeze. Night reflection procedures, although each should be possible whenever of the day, japa the reiteration of a mantra utilizing a mala, or supplication dabs, and metta cherishing graciousness contemplation are especially dazzling by the day's end. Japa is viable in light of the fact that your mala is there to clutch on the off chance that you are sluggish. Be that as it may, to me, the best night reflection is metta. I generally prescribe rehearsing it not long before bed. It's such a smooth contemplation, that you can even do it in bed. Research by the association Harmath has indicated that when we inhale into an ardent sentiment of appreciation for something, the heart controls to a solid, intelligible musicality. My inclination is that when you invest energy sending great wishes to yourself, your companions, and all creatures, you become so appreciative for all the wonderful individuals right now have talented you with their kinship that you wind up heading to sleep with an open heart. Take a stab at following these suggestions to plan for reflection, whatever season of day you pick, and notice in the event that they help make your meetings progressively powerful and beneficial. They may likewise bring about more prominent stillness and center in your training and in your life.